Okay, I'm recording. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Colin Simmons. I'm coming to you loud and clear from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. Can I just ask, can anybody say hello? Tell me where you're from. Let's let everybody know that this is truly a global presentation. Anybody like to say hello?
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tony Wirtis. You can see up there on the screen. Hello to all you nice people.
Where are you from, Tony?
From Preston in the north of England.
Welcome, Tony, from Preston in the United Kingdom.
Hi, Colin. It's Martin from Stenning in West Sussex.
Welcome, Martin, from the UK again, West Sussex. Thanks, Martin.
Evening, hey, Colin. Duncan from the UK.
Welcome, Duncan from North Wales. Is that still UK? Yes, I think it is, yes.
Only just.
Only just, yeah.
Hi, Colin. It's Mel from very wet Somerset.
Welcome, Mel from Somerset. That's where they make cider in the UK.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome.
Hey, Colin. Earl Cox here from Brooklyn, New York.
Wow, thank you, Earl. Welcome to the call. New York's in the house. Thank you.
Hey Colin. Steve Perkins from Dallas, Texas.
Who is that from Dallas, Texas?
Steve Perkins.
Hi, Steve. Welcome to the call, Steve.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Hello, Colin. Carlos from Nashville, Tennessee.
Welcome, Carlos from Nashville, Tennessee. Truly a global call. Hi, Casper. I think I heard you call earlier as well. Welcome. Anybody else like to say hi? I want to get on with this call. I've got a lot of information I'd like to share with everybody.
That's just Sean.
Hi, say that again.
After you.
Okay, it's Sean from Norway.
Welcome, Sean from Norway. Thanks for being on the call. As you can see, this is truly a global call. Now, I'm here today calling you from Birmingham. It's with great pleasure that I'm here. I want to talk to you all today about an industry that came my way only 5 months ago. My background is I've been involved in multi-level marketing for the last 30 years. I have tried all sorts of products in my time, from skincare to perfume to nutrition to telecoms. In the last 18 months, I've spent more time, though, in the cryptocurrency market. And again, I've had my successes and I've had my failures in all of these different arenas, mostly because I would have to trust a company. I would buy products up front from a company, then I would go and sell them, hopefully. Otherwise, they stick in my garage. Or if it's cryptocurrency, I'd listen to a great story. They'd say, give me your Bitcoin, trust us. After so much time, we'll give you your Bitcoin back, plus profit, everybody's happy. That's great, but it means I have to trust that company. And more often than not, that company has let me down. I've come to the point where I've decided I will not give my money to a company. I need to be in control of my money. So I was working away back last October when a good friend of mine who happens to be on the call today, which is Duncan Wood, called me up and said, Colin, I need you to stop what you're doing. I know you're busy. I need you to stop. You need to have a look at what's come my way. It is completely different to anything that we've seen before. Because it was Duncan, I said, okay, tell me more about it, Duncan. Explain. He said, look, I'm not going to explain it to you. I've got a video that does all that for me. It'll do a better job than I can. And he said, when can you watch the video? I said, well, send it to me right now. So he did. So he sent me the video. It was about 6 or 8 minutes long. I was blown away by the concept that I saw on this video. I could see that this was a way that I could instantly receive money straight into my bank account on the same day, instantly. Whereas in my past, in multi-level marketing, it's always a case of months have to go by before I can get any kind of traction, before I can get anything back. What I saw, I thought, wow. I actually called up Duncan. I said, look, Duncan, because I think we did this in the morning. I said, look, Duncan, I know a handful of people that really want to see what you've just shared with me. So if you're okay with this afternoon, I want to get a handful of people together on a call, similar to this now, but not as many. And I said, look, I want you to share with them what you just shared with me. Duncan said, fantastic. So all I did was I got on the phone, I spoke to at least 10 people, and I said, look, I have seen something that you have to see. Are you free this afternoon to have a look? And they said, yeah, of course we will. They jumped on the call in the afternoon, and the bottom line is every single person that watched that video said, yes, I'm in. Now, the results of that action of me getting people together to see it meant that on that day, I received straight into my bank account over $750. I was blown away at that because I've never seen results like that so quickly. Now, that was back in October. Here we are now in 2019. Things have progressed massively. I'm now going to talk to you about a company that has taken this whole industry I'm talking about to another level. So what I plan to do now is share my screen, run through a handful of slides that hopefully will explain clearly what it is that has got me so excited. So bear with me a second. If you haven't done, make sure your mic is on mute so we don't get no background noise. I'd ask somebody if they could just unmute in a minute to make sure you can see my screen, and then mute yourself straight afterwards again. So if somebody would be good enough to tell me if you can see my screen, that would be fantastic.
It's looking good, Colin.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Again, as I've already said, my name is Colin Simmons and I'm from Birmingham in the United Kingdom. What I want to talk about first of all is the problem that many people, I'm sure, are well aware of. And this is the financial industry, the banking industry, the problems that have been caused by banks. More and more people are in debt because of banks. It's just a way of life. It is what it is. It's been getting worse and getting worse to the point in 2018, we all know there was a major bank crash. If you think that is the end of the bank crash and everything is going to be rosy, I would say that you are highly mistaken. I think we're due another huge crash. In fact, I ask you, do you think there is going to be a solution to the debt that the banks have actually got people into? I don't think there is, until what we have today. And that is the difference that makes the difference today is the internet. That gives the power back to the people. The internet means that we have developed something which is called crowdfunding. And all crowdfunding is a technical term for a way of fundraising where you get a crowd of people together from around the globe via the internet that are raising funds. Again, myself, I have been around a long time. I'm part of the BBC club. I was born before computers. I remember the time when I used to fundraise when I was a youngster. We'd actually have it all on a piece of paper. I would get people to tell me how much they're going to commit to my fundraising activity. I would then go and see them afterwards once I've done the action, and I would collect the money. That's how it used to be done before the days of computing, when you were fundraising. Since the early 2000s, 2010, since crowdfunding has really taken off because of social media, because of the internet, it's all done online. More and more people are connected to the internet. We have smartphones, we have in the internet, full stop. What this has actually done is it's meant that many companies in the crowdfunding space have come around. What I'm sharing with you here are some of the leading players in this industry. The likes of Just Giving, GoFundMe, Kickstarter, Impact101, Facebook, PayPal. These are some major players in this industry, all taking advantage of the idea of a new way that people can get themselves out of debt through fundraising or raise funds for any cause that they want. I honestly believe that the crowdfunding system that I'm sharing with you today will make a massive dent in the debt that many people around the globe find themselves in. So how big is this marketplace I'm talking about? Well, it's growing at 136% per year. So that tells me, as a businessman, you need to be involved in an industry that's growing at a fast rate. 136% a year is a great business to be in. Another key indicator of how of timing is when you get a payment processor, such as PayPal, a global processor that is involved in crowdfunding. You are allowed to use their platform to crowdfund. Now, they wouldn't have taken this lightly to be involved in this industry at all. And again, it would have to be legal for somebody like PayPal to be involved. Here's another famous platform, which I'm sure most people on here will recognize. This is obviously Facebook. And what I would say, I would urge you after this call to jump onto Facebook, type into the address bar fundraisers, and you will see this page I'm sharing with you now. At the bottom of that page, you'll see where it says that big blue bar that says, raise money for a personal cause. Now, I think for a lot of people, that is completely different. We are all conditioned to raising money for charities. People are not aware that you can raise money for a personal cause. It could be to get yourself out of debt. It could be to help somebody else. This can be done via Facebook. And obviously, Facebook is a global platform, which gives you an indication that, yes, fundraising for your own personal cause is a global proposition. Question is, can anybody do it? Well, absolutely, yes, you can. As I've just shown on Facebook, anybody can actually fundraise. You do not have to be a charity. You do not have to be a large company. Any individual can do this. If you're over 18, all you need is access to a phone or a computer. An article here I wanted to share with you. This is from the Daily Mail online. This came out just before Christmas of last year, 2018. There was a broke father of 5 in the UK that did not know how he was going to get through Christmas, so he decided to set himself up with a crowdfunding page on GoFundMe, shared his website with as many people as he could. He managed to raise £2,000 in a short space of time, a few hours, as it says here. To me, that is totally incredible. That again shows you the power of people helping people. That shows you the power of social media. You can see on the screen the different social media icons that he probably used to get 19,000 views to his cause. This is just to show you the size of the marketplace and the size of some of the big players in the crowdfunding space. GoFundMe is definitely still the biggest, and they have donated $5 billion. GoFundMe started in 2010. They are less than 10 years old. They're only just 9 years old, and yet they've done $5 billion. So they are a new company. So that shows you how powerful this industry is. And if you think about how GoFundMe works, you will set up a GoFundMe page, which is basically a website. You then need to go and promote it to as many people as you can via social media. And then it's fingers crossed that they like and they want to donate to your cause, whatever that cause may be. That is as far as it goes. And that shows you, just on that alone, how well that can be done just there. What I'm going to share with you today, though, is a twist on this and a development on that process. Firstly, though, I think it's clear from the previous slides, you get that this is actually legal. You are legally allowed to fundraise via the internet. So if somebody tells you, look, it's illegal, crowdfunding is illegal, I would firstly say to them, well, what type of crowdfunding are you referring to? Because most people probably won't know. The slide I'm sharing with you here is an extract from the FCA, which is the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK. They have looked closely at crowdfunding, and they have put it into 4 separate categories. The top 2, loan-based and investment-based. Those 2 types of crowdfunding are both regulated by the FCA. You will need a license to do that kind of crowdfunding. Donation-based, prepaid, or reward-based is not regulated by the FCA. This is the type of crowdfunding that happens on GoFundMe. This is the type of crowdfunding that happens on Impact101. Now, Impact101 is the platform I want to talk to you and hopefully get a message across to you today, because this is going to take crowdfunding to another level. And I'm going to explain why that is. But firstly, Impact101 was started by a gentleman called Frank Servideo. Again, he has 45 years of success in business. He knows what he's doing. He's a successful businessman, 20 years of marketing and sales experience. He formed his company in 2002, Castle Rock Research. He specializes in QR codes and mobile landing pages. Now, you think about the timing of mobile landing pages. More and more people around the globe have a mobile phone, a smartphone. So more and more people can use mobile landing pages. His timing, again, has been superb. And I'll put to you his timing again now in crowdfunding is again spot on. So he formed Impact101 in 2019. He formed it with his business partner, Hans Luhmann. He is the brains behind Impact101. He's the guy that makes sure that everything works as it should. The purpose of these two slides is to get across here that these two guys are very, very capable. They are using 2019 technology. Everything does exactly what it says on the tin, and it's the sort of thing that you need to have a successful company in this space. How successful have they been so far? Well, let me put this to you. We are exactly 2 months old today. We are only 8 weeks old. We are currently in 124 countries around the globe. You may well see your country's flag on this screen now. That tells me that Impact101 is already in your country. There are only 70 other countries across the globe that we are not in yet. And that's in the first 8 weeks. I know that we have done $1.1 million in donations from person to person in the first 8 weeks. So my point is, this is an incredible platform that's already proven to be very successful. So the question is, well, why this company? Why Impact101? Well, if I'd have come to you with any one of these other companies when they first launched and said, look, this is a platform that I think will be huge, how wealthy would you be today if you took action and got involved in those platforms? Here we are today with Impact101. And it started on the 17th of January 2017. So this is most definitely the right time to be looking at what's going on with Impact101. What I'll do now is run into a bit more detail of why Impact101 has been so successful and why it's different to your traditional crowdfunding platforms. Firstly, it's a single platform crowdfunding and marketing system that allows you to receive half of everything that happens in your donation grid forever. I'll explain more about a donation grid as we continue. Impact101 is based on a 2x2 grid process. Now, personally, I've been involved in a 2x2 grid process before, and I've seen how successful they can be. When you combine that with 2019 technology, you know you're onto a winner. It already is the most successful 2x2 follow me donation process in history. Impact101 is a team crowdfunding system. Now again, my background is in multi-level marketing. If you are a great recruiter in multi-level marketing, then you can do really well. If you're not very good at recruiting, then you're sort of stuck. That's what I've experienced in the last 30 years. What we have here is a completely different system. It doesn't matter how good you are at recruiting, that doesn't really come into it. It's only a 2x2 grid process. It's a team crowdfunding system. You are likely, because it's only a 2x2 system, to get help from people above you within the system, and you're likely to get help from people below you in the system, all done in real time. So it really is a team deal. One of the key things that I like about Impact101 is it is a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system that they have put together. What does that mean exactly? Well, it means a person-to-person crowdfunding system. That means that if I want to send you a donation, it would go from my bank account straight to your bank account. Not 1 cent of that donation would go through Impact101. Every donation that I receive around the globe goes directly from somebody else's bank account or PayPal account or Uru account or Bitcoin wallets straight into my bank accounts, my PayPal account, my Bitcoin wallets, my Uru account, however I choose to receive that donation. 100% of that donation comes directly to me. That is a big shift compared to what happens with GoFundMe. If I see somebody's crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe and I decide I want to help that person, I know very well that a small percentage of that donation would go to GoFundMe or it would go to Facebook. That's how they make their money. So the question is, if Impact101 don't take anything out of the donation, in fact, they don't even see the donation, why would they do this? What do they get out of this? Well, firstly, they provide us with an easy to navigate, totally automated, feature-rich dashboard. This dashboard, again, is 2019 technology. It does exactly what it says on the tin. It does exactly what we need from it. It tells us exactly who to donate to from around the globe. It tells us exactly who's going to donate to us from around the globe. Now, for that, we pay a fee. We pay Impact101 a license fee to be able to use their website, and that fee is $25 every 6 months. Or you could pay $40 for 12 months and get yourself a bit of a discount. And that's the only money that we ever send to the company. $25. So the bottom line is this: as in the past, companies have let me down. If Impact101 decided to close the door tomorrow, they would walk away with $25 of mine. That sits well with me. Now, how does it actually work? Well, we have what we call a donation grid. And there are only ever 3 simple steps to get going within Impact101. Number 1, you would register with Impact101. You would spend $25 to be able to use their website. From there, Impact101 will ask you to donate to 2 people. You would then go directly to your bank account or your PayPal account, and you would send a donation directly to that person's bank account. Once you've done that to 2 people, you are then classed as an active donor. That will then open up for you a grid like what you can see in front of you. So there you are at the top of your grid. Your job, number 2, is to share this platform with at least 2 people. Who do you know that would like to receive donations for any purpose from around the globe? 2 people is all you're looking for. In this instance, you found Sue in the UK and you found Bill in the USA. Sue and Bill are happy. They register with the company. They'll spend $25 to the company, and they will donate to 2 people in the system as they are instructed by Impact101. Sue will then go and talk to her friend Sally and her friend Jack. Bill will go and talk to his friend Tom, and he's still yet to talk to somebody else. That is as deep as this plan goes. It's 2 people who help 2 people. It's as simple as that. What I'm sharing with you now is a simple illustration of how this donation grid can work. Here I'm talking about the lowest grid, which is a $40 grid. So there you are. You've registered with Impact101. You were now prepared to donate $40. And you're going to donate that to 2 people, between 2 people. So you send $20 to one person in the system, and you will send $20 to another person in the system. That's a donation. That money has now gone. That has gone to help that person. You are now classed as an active donor, and you sit at the top of your own donation grid. You would talk to Sue and say, Sue, this is what I'm doing. I'm helping people across the globe. And I'm hoping I will get people to help me from across the globe. Sue goes, that's fantastic. I want to do the same thing. She registered with the company. She'll send a donation, because this is your donation grid, of $20 to you, as instructed by the system. And she'll send $20, the other half, to somebody else above you. The second person you spoke to is Bill. And Bill goes, great, I will register with the company, and I will donate $40. $20 of that $40 will go to you, and $20 will go to somebody above you. Your job now is to work with Sue and Bill and help them find their 2 people that also want to become active donors within Impact101. So Sue goes and finds Sally from Australia and Jack from China. They register, and because this is part of your donation grid, they would send $20 as instructed by the system to Sue, and they will send $20 to you. You might not know Sally, you might not know Jack, but they've just sent you $20 each, as there was instructed by Impact101. Bill will go and introduce his friend Tom and his friend Dan. And again, you might not know these people, but they've landed within your donation grid that has those 6 spots. So that means they are instructed to donate to Bill first of all, and then they're instructed to donate $20 to you. So you've now received 6 donations of $20. Remember, before this donation grid opened, you already donated $40 to help 2 people in the system. Now you've received 6 donations from these 6 people. You've received $120. You've received back 3 times more than you actually donated in the first place. Now that's absolutely fantastic. Now you might go, well, that's great. All I needed was $120 to help me pay my bills or whatever it might be. And you might walk away. Or you might go, well, that was great. I want to do that again. If you're prepared to donate another $40 out of your $120, you would donate $20 to one person and you donate $20 to another person. That leaves you $80. Now, with that $80, you can spend it anywhere you want, or the smart thing to do is to move up to the next grid, which I think is on the next slide, which it is, of $80. That's the next level. So again, that $80 level, you would donate $40 to one person and $40 to another person. Once you've done that, you are then active and eligible to receive 6 donations at the $80 grid level, level number 2. 6 donations times $40, once that donation grid is completed, is $240. Now it's getting interesting. Now you're starting to receive donations from across the globe from people that you don't know. With that $240, again, it would make sense to use that to get yourself into level 3 and back into level 2 again and into level 1. They all work independently. As you can see, there are 8 different levels. At the very highest level, level 8, that's a $4,800 grid. You would split that into 2. You would donate $2,400 to one person, $2,400 to another person. Now, can you imagine receiving a donation from across the globe from someone that you don't know for $2,400? Would that make a difference to you? I think it would make a difference to a lot of people. People can join Impact 101 at any level that they choose. Whether somebody wants to start at the highest level, the level 8, $4,800 level, they will also need to be in the lower levels as well. Or if somebody wants to start at just the lowest level, the $40 grid, that's also a good thing. So what I say to people is start where you're comfortable. The higher you start, the more donations you're going to receive. For example, if you was in level 4, the $300 grid, you'd also be in level 3, and you'd also be in level 2, and you'd also be in level 1. You will be receiving 6 times each different donation grid at the same time. So it makes sense to be in as many grids as you can. Hope that makes sense for everybody. This is a quick look at the back office that we have in Impact 101. As I said already, this is a 2019 technology company. The green bar across the center, it shows somebody exactly what steps they need to go through from when they first register to when they can start to share their link. All done in real time, all done with videos that show them how to do it on every single step of the way. The zeros at the bottom, that's another bar, which is really the nerve center. That shows you exactly if you've got any actions that you need to do. If you have a number 1 in the first box, donations to send, it would be orange. You click on it and you see exactly who you're going to send a donation to. When it comes to actually paying for your license in the first place, we have a number of options. You can pay directly to the company via PayPal or credit card or Bitcoin or Dash if you have Dash, or you can get yourself a prepaid token from the person that's inviting you. So there's lots of options that people can actually pay their license to the company. Now, as I said in the beginning, we are 8 weeks old. We are in 124 countries. We have 1.1 million donations gone from person to person already. This has happened because we have a simple system for success. This is not about being a top salesman. This is about asking a very simple question often. I've found a way that a lot of people are receiving a lot of donations very quickly. If I send you a short video, would you watch it? They will ask you, tell me more, tell me more. I would say, look, The video does a better job of explaining it than I can. How soon can you watch the video? That is all we do all day long. Once they've watched the video, follow up, ask them. Well, actually, you would send them your mobile landing page, which has the video on it, and it's obviously coded to you. They've watched the video, you follow up, you answer any questions they've got if you can. If you can't, you get them onto a call like this. They'll see what's going on. It's very, very simple. They'll register, they're part of your team, and it's all good from there. Another example of what we get in the back office is a complete detailed analysis of exactly who you've sent a donation to and who you've received donations from. This is great for your own accounting, because later on, as this gets really, really busy, there'll be donations flying all over the place, and it's hard to keep track of who's done what. What I'm sharing with you here is the mobile landing pages that QRGL Marketing, the company behind the Impact101, have been offering since 2011. They've been offering this product at $250 a year to any business that wants a mobile landing page. We get this thrown in as part of our membership of $25 every 6 months. So it's a fantastic deal that we actually get. That really, folks, is the end of the presentation. It is no more difficult than that. All we do is we donate to 2 people. We don't get anything back from those people. We are then eligible to receive donations from other people around the globe. Fantastic system. So if you've been invited to this call by somebody, I urge you to get back to them, ask them for their video if you haven't seen it already, get your questions answered. If they can't answer the question, that's absolutely fine too. We have a Facebook group where as a team, there are a lot of people on there that will be happy to answer any questions that you have. What I'll do now is I'll stop sharing my screen and I'll go through some of the basic questions that we get asked all the time. So hopefully we're all back together now. And I hope that presentation made sense. Now, what I would say is if anybody has a question that they have on the presentation or anything to do with the Impact101 and you don't want to speak, that's fine. I urge you to write your question in the chat box at the bottom. I know my good friend Sean is on here, and I'm sure he'll be able to read out the question on your behalf. And between me and anybody else that's been around a while, we can answer any questions that you have. Now, firstly, the first question I get all day long is it legal? Are we allowed to fundraise for our own personal cause? Hopefully from the presentation, you can see that crowdfunding, donations, peer-to-peer is totally legal. This is why you're able to do it on Facebook, you're able to do it on GoFundMe, you're able to do it through Impact101. That's the first thing. The second thing someone will say to me is, what if I don't want to donate? Can I just receive donations? Well, actually, no, you can't. And I think this is one of the laws of nature. You have to give to receive. And it's a great feeling when I know I give a donation to somebody, I know firstly that 100% of that donation will go directly to that person to help that person. That's a great feeling. Now you think about this for a second. The crowdfunding industry is a massively growing industry, 136% growth per year. And it works on that principle of I send somebody a donation and that is the end of it. Now what happens when there's a reason for me to send a donation? What's in it for me? When you add that to the equation, that I send somebody a donation, I feel good about it. Now I know that within Impact101, I'm able to receive donations from other people. That's a game changer. That's why this has grown at such a fast rate in such a small space of time. Those really are the main questions that I get. If anybody's got any other question that they want to ask, please unmute your mic and ask your question, and I'll see if I can answer it, or if anybody else can.
Colin, I hope I can pronounce his name correctly. Kudak Washi Sap Tramushi, something like that. Okay. Okay. I think I did quite well. He said, what happens when you've maxed out at level 8? What happens after?
Well, the beautiful thing about any single level of donation level, as long as you've personally referred 2 people at that level, you will continue, if you choose to donate again at that level to 2 people. then you're able to receive another 6 donations at that level. And this can go on forever. I do know of another company that started 16 years ago with a 2x2 Follow Me donation center, and there are people still receiving donations in that system today. So what we have here is something that will go on for years and years and years, as long as people want to receive donations. So you ask yourself, do people want to receive donations from around the globe? I think they do.
Great. Yeah, that's great.
Okay,
I've got a long question.
As well, yeah.
Sorry.
Hi.
So my question is,
question before.
What?
Do you want to ask your question again?
Okay. What happens to the, okay, what happens to the people who are maybe the bad, what can I say, the not loyal people? Let's say someone donates via PayPal to someone, and later on they ask for a refund from PayPal that maybe I've sent the money to the wrong person, something like that.
Well, you're only ever going to send 2 donations to anybody. Now, this is how can I say this? You're actually going to send somebody as friends and family. So that means you are giving somebody a donation. They cannot actually get a refund on a donation. If you send it as a service or a gift, that's a business. That's a bit different. If you don't provide the service that you said you're going to provide, well, then they can get a refund. But when I send a donation, I send it as a friend or family because I want them to have that donation. And the bottom line is, somebody decides to try and get a refund on it, they won't last very long within this system. This is not a quick get rich quick kind of scheme. This is something that will go on and on and on for years. When you start to receive donations from around the globe, you're going to become very, very thankful, and so will they. They will continue to work the system because it works really, really well. Hope that helps.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Colin, we've got quite a long question in the chat. I don't know, you might have to look at it yourself, but I'll go to the easy one first. This is from David. On the last step, how do we share?
Oh, on the last step, how do we share? Well, at the start of this call, I told you what I actually did. This is without any training. I just phoned up my mates, and it is always good to talk. People are afraid to talk. They just want to blast it on Facebook and hope people see it. I would say get into a conversation with people, whether it's be on chat or actually physically phone them, and say to them anything like, do you know anybody that would be interested in receiving more money than they have now? So I'll say that again. Do you know anybody that would be interested in receiving more money than they have now? There's a good chance they go, actually, I would like to receive more money than I have now. What is it? And then I would say, look, I've got a video, a short video that explains it better than I can. How soon can you watch it? So again, I've got a short video that explains it better than I can. How soon can you watch it? That's it. That's exactly how I have been sharing this opportunity. If I know them personally, I would tell them directly. I would say to them, would you like to receive more money than you have now? If I know them well. What are they going to say, yes or no? Most people are going to go, well, yes, tell me more. I would then want to send them the video. I don't want to explain it. I could explain it. But if I explain it, then they're listening to me thinking, I can't do that. You know too much about it. I can't do what you've just done. That's not duplicatable. What I'm trying to get here is a duplicatable process. The process is, can you share a video? Have you ever shared a film? Have you ever told somebody about a great film that you've seen and they've gone to see that film? Has that cinema ever called you up and said, thank you, Colin, for sending your mate to come watch the film? Here's some commission because they came and spent money in our cinema. It doesn't happen. But yet we recommend films all day long. So here, we're going to recommend that they watch this short video that shows them how they can receive more money than they have now. Hope that answers that one.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we've got a question from Romeo, Colin. If you can read it, it's a bit of a long question, actually. But what I can say is, while you're reading that question, it is regarding taxes. What I advise is, every country around the world, Impact101 will never say yes or no, because every country is different. I'm in Norway. When I donate to a charitable company or charity, it's actually, I can take that as a tax deductible, but that is in my country. So I'd really advise, whatever country you're in, get to a lawyer or get to and ask them, because every country is different. That's all I can say on my behalf.
Brilliant, thanks for that. That's exactly what I would have said as well, really, Romeo. As Sean has just said, it is down to the laws of the land in your country. So it's definitely a case of talking to an official accountant about crowdfunding, about donations. Regarding other platforms, there will be lots of platforms that will come around, because crowdfunding is a growing industry. It's 136% a year growth. So there will be lots of platforms. All I would suggest to you is you need to look at how well Impact101 has been put together. I have spoken and listened to the CEO yourself. Listen to, try and get to what he's saying to see if you think he's being sincere or not. Because I totally believe that he has a platform here that will rival the big boys. If he's anywhere near rivaling the big boys, and we are all in it at the very beginning, you know, and I know we will do very, very well. So that's the gamble. And you're saying that they may disappear. Like I said on the presentation, if Impact101 disappeared tomorrow, they would disappear with my license fee of $25. That sits very well with me. I hope that answers that long question.
Romeo's again, just as, hang on, there's quite a few coming in. Romeo says, an accountant, of course, I would not be asking if it was not the law of the land in my country. Don't quite get that one. Do you, Colin?
No, that's okay. That's okay. Again, it'd be wrong for anybody to give legal advice on accounting. I'm not accredited. I'm not qualified to do that. So again, I would just go and talk to an accountant regarding donations. What you can, what's taxable and what's not taxable. I do know that most donation is not taxable, but it's not my position to say that.
I've got one from Nina. Can I ask a simple question? What is the best way to get people to see this opportunity? I'm showing the videos two or three or more times a day, singing the praises, but alas, they cannot see it. What am I doing wrong? Not being negative, love the simple system, but what are the others doing? So,
Okay, brilliant. Thanks for that, Nina. Great question. Now, it all starts with the very first question that you ask, because what you're trying to get is a yes from that person. So that question is, do you know anybody that would like to receive more money than they have now? If they don't answer, then don't send them the video. There's absolutely no point. Some people will just blast out the video hoping someone's going to see it. But you actually want a two-way conversation. You want them to go, well, yes, I do know somebody. I want to know. And from there, then you send the video. If they watch the video and they go, it's not for me, then that's also okay, because we're not here to convince anybody. This is a sorting business. My aim is to sort people. By sorting, I mean I show them what we have. If they like it, they'll be in. You won't be able to stop them. If they don't like it, at least they know what you're doing. So what happens in 6 months' time or a year's time, somebody goes to them and says, Nina, have you seen Impact101? And that person will go, oh, hang on, I need to go back and talk. I need to come back and talk to you, because you're the one that told them about it in the first place.
Got it. That's great. I see Duncan wants to come in, but Nina, if I could give you a tip, probably Duncan will probably back me up on this one, is less is more. You know, like a lot of people are just posting the videos out. But what I recommend, Nina, is like if you do have social media like Facebook or Twitter, whatever, just put exactly what Colin has just said.
Actually,
do you know any people?
Actually, hold on. Actually, no. This is. I actually think that's actually wrong, because it's a conversation. If you just blast that on your Facebook page, that's not a conversation. You're hoping that someone's going to read it. The value, and I'll say this for everybody, is that you need to message somebody and ask them that question. First, talk to them, find out what they're doing, and they're going to say to you, what do you do? And that's when you say, look, I'm involved in something fantastic. Do you know anybody that would like to receive more money than they have now? When you put that same question on your timeline on Facebook, I don't personally think that's going to get the results you want.
No, sorry, Colin, I didn't mean that. I meant when Nina's talking to someone, I was thinking when she's doing it in a private chat, you know, that's what I was saying. Like I say, a lot of people do blast it. We've got different methods and different ways, but you're totally right, Colin. But I think that's the best way to do it, and probably Duncan's going to jump in and say something.
Well, I was just going to say, guys, yeah, I hear so many people saying, I've sent the video out to all my friends, and none of them have replied back. And I'm thinking, well, that's like sending a mail shot out. If anybody's ever done a mail shot, you'll get about 0.001% take-up if you're lucky, because it's what's classed as non-target marketing. It's just blasting people. And you're right, you've got to ask people a question first, find out first, is this person, do they need or want more money right now? If they say yes, then it's the time to send them something. And then follow up is the most important. That's the other thing. There are so many people that don't follow up, don't check whether that person has watched the video and what their thoughts are. In fact, I've just got somebody that's come to me and they joined me purely because they'd asked somebody to send them some more information and that person didn't respond back. And they got fed up. And what did they do then? Went and found somebody else. So the follow-up is the most important. If you're not following up after you've sent the video, then you're losing people.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thanks for that, Duncan. Any other questions? Oh, interestingly, we have got a training happening this Saturday. I'm not even sure what time it is. You'll find out in the Facebook group. We have a training. You're going to hear from at least 5 different people on how they've actually built their global business. So I highly recommend that you jump on that call. They'll be completely different what they're going to be saying, and I'm sure you'll get something from each one of them. That's going to be this Saturday.
So, Duncan spoke about follow-up.
Yeah.
So there's a little application, what it does that I use for follow-ups, like say if I speak to Collins, that application gives me some notes, like I can type in some notes, like I've been speaking to Colin and he stays in UK and he's doing this. It's more like a CRM that you can use to follow up people. If you send a link, you can actually say, I'm supposed to follow up this person on Monday. It sends you some reminders. It's a free tool to use. I've been using that and it's been working well for me.
Okay, fantastic. That works for you.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. I mean, it's very simple. The follow-up is important. You do need to just to speak to them afterwards. It doesn't matter what they say, if it's yes or no. It makes no difference. At least you've got back in touch with them so you know. That's the key. If somebody says no to me, that's great. At least I know I'm not wasting any more time trying to convince them. I don't convince anybody. They either see it or they don't see it. But at least they know what I do. Like I said earlier, if somebody else approaches them later, I'm like, oh, hang on, Colin was doing that. Let me go back to Colin and see how he's doing that. And then I show them how I'm doing, and they go, oh, I wish I started before. Any other questions?
No, there's no more questions coming in, and Nina says thanks. And another thing, Nina.
Oh,
once you've, I mean, just like what we're having now, we have these calls quite often, and once you've started talking to people and they want to know more information, just bring them here to get their questions answered. Because, you know, like Colin or Duncan, we never leave the meeting unless someone's got their question answered, and that's 100% sure. I can. Everyone will tell you here anyway.
Absolutely. What would be good? I'm going to see if I can get a quick testimony, because I mean, you just heard me going on and on and on. It'd be great. Have we got Mel? Would you be good enough to do us a testimony? Can you unmute your mic, Mel?
Hi. Yeah, sure. Hi, Colin. Can you hear me?
Hi, Mel. Hi.
Okay. Thanks ever so much. Yeah, very interesting questions tonight, and very interesting answers. I must admit, it's all such a great help. Listening to the webinars, it doesn't matter how many times you listen to them, but you always learn something new. And I think it's so important to get on as many webinars as you possibly can. I mean, I think we really have got something very, very special here. When I was introduced to Impact101 crowdfunding by my sponsor, Duncan, I could actually see the potential immediately. I was involved with crowdfunding before because I used GoFundMe several times. I actually helped raise money for a friend of mine in Nepal. So we actually used GoFundMe then. So when I saw this, I could see the potential, and it's absolutely amazing. I joined straight away, no hesitation. I made my 2 donations. I introduced 2 people. And well, since then, our team has grown with thanks from everybody, from the team and the company and Duncan and webinars like you're doing, Colin, yourself. Impact101 is truly a brilliant company, and they really do deliver big time. We've got terrific tools to help us build our memberships. We've got so many videos now in several different languages. As I've already said, we've got webinars, obviously to invite our guests on. I think that's so important, as you've just said. Get everybody on here so that they can answer, they can ask questions. And what are we? 2 months old, did you say? Absolutely brilliant. I mean, what the company are doing, putting in place so quickly is absolutely incredible. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest with you. And I've been involved with this sort of, this type of marketing for a long time, people to people marketing for a long time. And, I've not seen anything like this grow so quickly before. So really, just very quickly, just send out the videos, talk to people. And I think it's very important as well to actually speak to people if you can. Just start a conversation. Don't just slam out the videos, without talking to them first. And follow up is the key. Always follow up, because if you don't follow up and somebody else contacts them, and they've not been in contact, or you've not been in contact with them for 2 or 3 months, well, you never know, you might miss out. And also, don't prejudge anyone. And most importantly, make a list of everyone you know. So we have got something very special here. All the guests on tonight, don't hesitate. Get back to the person that invited you and just get on this and do it and start straight away. So, well, that's really all I wanted to say. But thanks very much. A terrific, very, very good presentation, Colin. Thank you very much. And Sean and Duncan and everyone who put the questions, and brilliant. Thank you. Over to you, Colin.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Thanks for the testimony. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being on the call with me tonight. I hope it has made sense. Please get back to the person that's invited you today. We have a training on Saturday for all the members that are already in Impact101. Get some of the information from some of the top leaders around the globe. I know there's a load going on over in Asia and over in India. That it's going to be incredible. Now we have the new language, the Hindi. It's just come out only a few days ago. I already know it's making an impact over that side of the world. So please get all your questions answered. Keep sharing. This is fun. Just make it fun, and it will just continue and continue and continue. Consistency is the key. No point going off really fast and then stopping. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No more training for me tonight. Thank you for being on the call. See you all on the next call on Sunday evening. Thank you. Bye for now.
Thanks a lot, Colin. Take care.
Thanks, Colin.
Yeah, mate.
Thanks, Colin.